Greenwillow Books, an imprint of HarperCollins Publishers, and Harper Audio present Amelia Bedelia and Friends Mind Their Manners by Herman Parish, read by Brittany Pressley. Chapter 1. Smoke and Mirrors and Manners. Uh-oh, fire drill! Shouted Cliff. The fire alarm at Oak Tree Elementary sounded different from alarms at every other school. Uh-oh. It sounded like something very big had gone very wrong. It blared like one giant uh-oh. It was telling everyone to get outside as quickly as possible. Amelia Bedelia and her friends knew exactly how to do that, since their school had fire drills often. "Everyone lined up?" asked Cliff. His classroom job this month was fire marshal. "Aye, aye," said Clay, the current assistant fire marshal. He handed Cliff the clipboard with the attendance list on it. That way, Cliff could check off each student as they filed outside. Mrs. Shock, their teacher, was beaming. "Bravo!" she said, as her class calmly exited the building. "This drill is going like clockwork." The only clockwork Amelia Bedelia had seen was inside her father's collection of antique pocket watches and timepieces up in their attic. She hoped this fire drill did not look anything like that complicated heap of gears and teeth and springs. No matter what, she was going to remember this fire drill forever. For the very first time in her life, Amelia Bedelia had managed to be first in line. Quite an achievement, considering that her desk was in the back of the classroom in the very last row. Luckily, she had overheard Mrs. Roman talking about a fire drill when she dropped off the morning attendance in the main office, so when she returned to class, she'd stayed at the pencil sharpener in the front of the room, sharpening and resharpening her pencils until they were reduced to nubs. As soon as the fire drill alarm went off, Amelia Bedelia had jumped, even though she'd been waiting for it. Covering her ears, she'd walked quickly to start forming a line. Clay tried to get in front of Amelia Bedelia. "Hey, I got here first," she said to him. "I'm on important business," said Clay. "Me too," said Amelia Bedelia. "It's important to exit the school calmly and quickly, and I can lead everyone out." And she started to do just that, walking in the direction of the exit. "There is no real fire," said Clay, once they were outside the school. "Even more reason to let me be first," said Amelia Bedelia. "No way," said Clay. "You're not the assistant fire marshal. I am." He stepped in front of Amelia Bedelia and shoved her behind him with his elbow. "You can't push me," said Amelia Bedelia, glaring at him. "I just did," said Clay, giving her another shove. "Class," said Mrs. Shock, "behave." "Hey, Clay, that's no way to treat a lady," said Angel. "So what? Amelia Bedelia is no lady," said Clay. "What did you say?" asked Mrs. Shock. The question had an immediate effect. Clay's eyes grew wide, but Mrs. Shock's were even wider. Once again, Mrs. Shock had lived up to her nickname, the Hawk. Their teacher spotted everything, missing no detail, even during a fire drill. Clay felt like a juicy rabbit looking up to see a hawk dive-bombing him, her blood-red talons outstretched. That was when Cliff arrived. "Mrs. Shock," interrupted Cliff, just in the nick of time. "You need to let this line move to our meeting spot." "Right you are, Cliff," said Mrs. Shock, as Amelia Bedelia continued to lead the class to their meeting place near the bus circle. "Now," said Mrs. Shock, "I believe we were just determining whether or not Amelia Bedelia is a lady." "Of course she isn't," said Cliff. "She's just a girl." Mrs. Shock's eyes grew wider and wider. Amelia Bedelia was worried that Mrs. Shock's eyes were going to fall out of her head and roll down the school driveway. The very thought made her close her own eyes and rub them gently. "Gentlemen," said Mrs. Shock, "I think this calls for a discussion after school today." "Weren't you happy with the drill?" asked Cliff. "The fire drill went fine. Not our best, just fine," said Mrs. Shock.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?